understand that you're still under oath.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Do you have some questions, or you're about to?
I just two quick questions.
That's fine. Just something I want to read to the jurors.
Oh, sure. I'll
You can take care of the questions first.
No, they're more housekeeping matters to make sure that every juror has a copy of the transcript.
All right.
I do not.
All right. We'll make sure that you have it. So at this point, does every juror have a copy of the transcript? Got it? All right. The record reflects that everyone has a copy. All right. Now, I think what I'll do is read something to the jurors.
Yes, John. Thank you.
All right. Very good. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, an audio recording of a statement alleged to be that of Mr. Capobianco has been received in evidence and is about to be played for you. A written transcript of this recorded statement has been provided to you solely for your convenience to help you follow the conversation in the recording. The recording itself is the evidence. The transcript is not evidence. Therefore, what you hear on the recording is evidence. What you read in the transcript is not evidence. And the transcript will not be provided to you during your deliberations. If you believe that there is any difference between the recording and the transcript, you must be guided only by the recording and not by the transcript. For example, if you cannot determine from the recording what particular words were spoken or who said a particular word or words, you must disregard the transcript with respect to those words or the transcript's identification of the speaker. It is for you to decide, based upon the recording, what words were spoken and the identity of the speaker. You will also notice that portions of the recording and/or transcript have been deleted. Do not concern yourself with these deletions and do not speculate about any of them. Right. Thank you. You may continue with your exam.
Thank you, Honor. The state will now play the recording.
You may proceed.
Thank you.
Okay, victim in this case is a certain Scott, S-C-O-T-T, first name Carly, C-A-R-L-Y. Police report number 14-006476. This is a statement received from a Stephen Capobianco. Okay. Present with me is Detective Dennis Lee. Today's date is February 12th, 2014. The time right now is 0824. We're within CID interview Alpha. Steve, just for the record, please state your full legal name for me.
Stephen Nico Cownoy Capobianco.
Okay, spell your last name.
C-A-P-O-B-I-A-N-C-O.
Okay, and spell your first name.
S-T-E-V-E-N.
Okay, and spell your middle name for me.
The Nico part is N-I-K-O, but I actually never remembered how to spell the Hawaiian one.
What was your Hawaiian name?
Cownoy.
Cownoy. Please spell Cownoy.
Oh, you know what? No, it's not on my ID.
Yes. K-A-U-N-I-O.
Oh, there we go. That's on my ID.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah. K-A-U-A-N-O-E.
There we go.
Cownoy.
Sorry.
No problem.
Yeah, I'm white, but my mom moved here and she was like, we gotta get the baby in white.
And what's your present home address?
225 Kalipo Place, Haiku, Hawaii, 96708.
Okay. And your contact number?
808-359-5885. 4842.
Okay, and what carrier is that?
AT&T.
Okay. It was your social security number
575-516359.
and your ethnic background?
White. Mostly Italian. The rest is a mix.
Okay. Your date of birth?
October 6, 1989.
Okay, and you were born where?
Here.
Okay.
War Memorial Hospital.
Okay, so you live out your whole life?
Yeah.
Okay. How tall are you?
6 foot even.
And your current weight?
155 pounds, roughly.
And color of your eyes?
Brown.
Color of your hair?
Brown.
Okay. And are you currently employed any place?
Modern Health Foods in Pettia. It's 49 Baldwin Avenue.
And what's the number there?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's 5798078.
Okay. How long do you work there?
Off and on for roughly 6 or 7 years now.
Okay. And what do you do over there?
Currently, I'm a baker.
Okay. Taking any prescriptions, medications, drugs, or alcohol?
No.
Okay. If any mind is currently clear of any drugs or alcohol?
Yes.
Okay. Carly was your girlfriend?
She was at one point,
Okay. How long ago was that?
years ago, but we've stayed in touch and remained friends since then, and occasionally hooked up still.
Okay. How long were you both going together, and when did it start?
It's so hard to pinpoint.
Approximately what year?
I think it was roughly 3.5 years ago.
Uh-huh.
So it would have been like 2000.
3.5 years ago would be 2011.
Oh, sorry, way off. 2011, yeah. Makes sense. Sorry, I'm a little distracted.
Yeah.
So yeah, it would have been roughly 2011, and it lasted roughly 2 years. So
2 years.
2013.
Okay. Till sometime last year.
Yeah, maybe just before the end of last year. So maybe the end of 2012 is when it stopped.
Okay. Okay. Let me get an understanding of the events that happened. We're talking about February 9th, 2014, which is a Sunday.
Okay.
Okay. What happened on that day?
It actually started the day before that.
So Saturday the 9th?
Saturday,
I mean the 8th.
Saturday 8th,
Okay.
I got bored at my house kind of late at night, around 11. Couldn't go to sleep. I took a truck out to K&I just to kill some time and have fun and listen to my music because I have a 2,000 watt sound system, so you can't crank that everywhere.
Yeah.
So the road to Hana is really nice to do it because nobody can hear you. I got my truck, it died on me on my way out to, it was 3.2 miles past K&I. We measured it yesterday. Truck died. I rolled it back into the next spot because I was playing uphill. Rolled it back down to the next safe spot to leave it on the side of the road, locked up. Started walking back towards Haiku to try and get back to work. I stopped checking what time it was. I was finally tired. And caught a ride with somebody in a Toyota Corolla. They pulled over and picked me up, took me back to Haiku. Got to my house, got ready for work, went to work, called Charlie, Carly, we all call her Charlie.
Right.
Called Charlie for, just because, you know, she's pregnant with my baby, so every once in a while I like to talk to her. And I wanted to talk to her and get a ride out to K9 to my truck, to jump it or to tow it if we had to, or whatever we had to do, and just wanted a ride from her. So we went out there. There was a lot of stuff to do, so it took about till 8:30, I believe, to actually leave my house.
Okay. When did she actually come to your house to pick you up?
8:30.
8:30 that night.
Yeah.
What was she wearing?
Oh God, it was, I think it was a black dress of some sort. Maybe went down to her knees
Okay.
with straps. I think I could see her shoulders.
So spaghetti strap?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was she wearing as far as shoe wear? Sandals, slippers?
I didn't take a look at her feet.
Okay.
She was driving, so her feet were on the pedals.
Okay. When did you contact her to come pick you up? Or let her know that, hey, I need help with my truck?
Well, we had been in touch all day that day. first sent her a text at around 9 or 10 in the morning, I think, just to see if she would even be available to help. She said she would. So I texted her again when I got off work, which I think was roughly 3:30 or 4. Said, like, I got some other stuff I need to take care of, so I'd like to, still want to get my truck, but it's gonna have to wait a little while. I don't think it's going anywhere. So again, finished up all my stuff. Around 8:30, she came to my house, got me. We drove out to where my truck was, which I wasn't looking at the time when I was with her, because it just, you know, I don't catalog every moment of my life. But when we did the trip again yesterday, it took roughly 45 minutes, which seems about right. So sometime at like 9:15 or 9:30, we got to my truck. I got out, it was dark, so she had her headlights shine on my hood, which was way better than the night I got stuck before. I had no flashlights, I couldn't see anything. It turns out I just shook my battery loose. It's not mounted in the way it's supposed to be, it's a bungee cord because it's an old Toyota. So it shifted like 6 inches and just ripped the terminals off. So replaced that real quick, you know, fixed it and screwed it down real quick. Started the truck right up. I took off first back to Haiku, and she was supposed to follow me just in case it happened again. That way I wouldn't be left out there all alone again. And she has these really distinct headlights. She's got normal Toyota 4Runner headlights, and then she's got this skull emblem on her grill. It's got 2 LEDs that are really bright. You can see them from really, really far away. I made sure to keep her in my rearview mirror until we got to, what was it, like Ulalena, the second entrance to Ulalena. At which point I felt like we both had cell phone reception. It was close enough to my house that if anything happened, she'd call me, I'd be right there. So I proceeded to speed up a little bit, and I lost track of her right about there. It was the last time I saw those 2 little lights in my rearview mirror.
Okay, so somewhere by Ulalena in Haiku.
And again, just going off the estimate that we made yesterday, that would have been around 10:30, which my grandfather said makes sense because he said I got home around 11.
Okay, so you live with your grandfather?
Yes.
Okay. And what's his name?
Carlos Young.
Okay. So Sunday night you came back around 10:30?
Yeah.
Well, at the house?
I probably arrived at my house closer to 11. 10:30 was the last time I saw her truck.
Okay. So between 10:30 and 11?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Now, describe your guys' relationship, or before I do that, did she have her dog with her?
Yes. Nala.
Nala?
We actually found the dog.
Okay. And Nala's a pit bull?
Yes. Blue Nose, an American Staffordshire Terrier.
Okay. Alright. Now, when you guys broke up and stuff, or during your relationship, did you guys get into any domestics and stuff?
There was never any violence. Like, I've never hit her, or she's never tried to hit me or anything like that. But, you know, it was like any young relationship, with good and bad moments.
Yeah.
But it never escalated to the point where we screamed at each other or anything like that. We worked through everything.
Okay.
When it did finally end, it was just a mutual, like, you know, this isn't working, I'm attracted to other people, you're attracted to other people. Let's just go our separate ways. And even after we broke up, we still lived together for like 6 months, I think.
Sure. And where were you guys living at?
Kula, 7743 Kula Highway.
7743 Kula Highway?
Yeah. It's the last place I lived with her at.
Okay. So, when you guys hooked up, evidently 5 months ago,
Yeah.
okay, you know, when did you find out she was Hapai?
Just recently, I think within the last month or two. And I had heard little whispers about it, but I wasn't sure because she stopped answering my calls. And she stopped answering my calls because she was afraid of how I was going to react about the baby. But admittedly, I'm not, you know, thrilled about having a child. It's not what I was planning on doing at 24. But, you know, I was starting to buckle down and get my shit together and try and take care of some shit so I could take care of my child. From what I understand, she was about 5 months pregnant, which would be right. Yeah. Yeah, it was really touch and go because we were both not sure what to do. She was sure she wanted the baby, and I wasn't sure at first, but I saw how happy it made her, and it made me happy. So it was growing on me.
Okay. When you found out, did you tell her at any time, Charlie, you gotta terminate this, I don't wanna be a dad, I don't want, you know?
I asked her to consider it, but I didn't say it had to be. It's her body and her choice. Like I said, I wasn't thrilled about having a child, and my first reaction was like, hey, I'm not ready for this. But about a week later, I, again, saw how happy she was with it. That's what it takes to make her happy. I would have been all for it. But I am all for it.
Alright. When you guys driving out to Han and stuff, did you guys talk about anything?
We talked about naming our baby.
Naming your baby?
Yeah.
Okay. Was she happy?
She seemed happy.
Okay. Some women when they get pregnant and stuff, they go through mood swings and stuff, hormonal kind of things.
I've seen her do it, but this last ride seemed absolutely fine. And, I've said a few things while she was pregnant that obviously upset her, so I was trying to make a really big point of not upsetting her this time.
What did you say to upset her?
Like I said, when she first told me about the baby, I'd asked her to consider terminating it.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of upset her. She didn't talk to me for about a week after that. I threw out adoption at one point, like just as an option. Again, wasn't necessarily ready to have a child, and that upset her. But it was never like angry or anything like that.
You never yelled at her and tell her,
absolutely not.
Threatened her, you better get rid of this kid or any, kind of stuff.
No. Yeah, whenever I upset her, it was usually just something that, I was thinking, and I put it out there because it's the kind of person I am, but I never said it maliciously. I never said, hey, you have to get rid of it, or you have to put it up for adoption, or like, I'm not going to be part of this life. I was completely ready to be part of this child's life.
Okay.
And still am. Fuck, I keep saying it, like, she's gone, but can't think like that.
Yeah, don't think like that. The thing is, was she on any medications? Do you know of any health issues, any mental issues? Did she do any drugs? You gotta be honest with me, because we're looking at every aspect.
No, I absolutely understand, and to the best of my knowledge, she wasn't on any prescription medication from any doctor.
Mm-hmm.
The only medical condition she had was that she was pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen her do any drugs.
Good.
Maybe smoke some weed every now and then, but who doesn't?
Yeah.
Drinking, she drank every once in a while, but the moment she got pregnant, she stopped, apparently. I can't really confirm that because I wasn't there at first, but that's what my friend Adam says, and they hang out with her at least once a week, so.
Okay. So everything was good and fine and stuff. When you left her, how far behind were you? Or is she behind you?
She was behind me, and
like
maybe 100 feet at the most at any given time. Every time I felt like I couldn't see her headlights, I would slow down and wait till they popped up behind me, because I didn't want her to get stranded out there.
And you're positive that was her behind you?
Positive. Like I said, she's got this unique skull emblem that somebody, I think it was custom made for her, and they drilled out a piece of it and put the 2 LEDs in the eyes. They're really bright, and you can see them from like as far away as you can see the headlights.
Okay. My only concern is, okay, if you're telling me you saw her all the way to O'Neill Road,
Yeah.
why is her dog in the vehicle?
I don't know. Her dog never got out of the car at any point that I saw. I never even let her get out of the car because she was pregnant. I didn't want her, trying to help me work on a truck in the middle of the night. So.
And do you know what mile marker your truck was stuck at, approximately? Because you said it was
3.2 miles past the stop sign at Canine Landing. And Canine's mile marker 17. So,
Yeah.
so we've been roughly mile marker 20.
Alright. Okay. Is there anything any place, anywhere, anybody she would go when she's having issues, just to meditate per se, you know, just to calm herself down, or, you know, just to be alone kind of thing?
She would either have run her dog, which she just she does what I do actually, and picks a spot, throws the dog out of the car and drives away, and the dog just chases the truck. She does that up in Mockwell Forest Reserve, up P.E. Hollow Road.
P.E. Hollow Road.
But we checked all up and down there already, didn't go with anything. She also does that at Pulley Pulley every once in a while, but I couldn't see her doing it that night. We checked anyway just to be safe. I had my friend Adam and Linda drive all up and down there. Other than that, she would just go home. Like, she lives by herself. I don't remember exactly what her address was, but it was in Mockwell,
Okay.
close to Hollywood Highway.
You never been to her house?
I have been to her house, but I just never took note of the address.
Okay.
I've only been there twice.
Okay. What is her relationship with her mom? How is that like? Is it a good relationship, bad relationship, tenuous? You know what I mean? You know how it is with
Yeah,
parents.
it always seemed really good. Like, they love each other, obviously. But like any mom and daughter, they argued every now and then.
Right.
But I couldn't say that it was ever...
You know, like, oh, come, let me hug you kind of stuff all the time, you know?
Yeah.
And nurturing kind of, you know, was it, oh, you're here, whatever.
No, they were very nurturing whenever they saw each other.
Mhm.
I can say that,
Okay.
in all honesty. But, yeah, I guess like any human being, like, we bicker now and then.
Right.
So, the relationship with her mom was pretty good. And her sisters.
Does she know anybody out in the Hananihiku area that she would go to?
The Stoner family, Bruce Stoner and Debbie Stoner, but we called them and we checked, and
they're not there?
she's not there. They haven't seen her. They weren't even the ones who found the dog. They live on the Lower Nahiku Road, but I forgot to get the name because it was being handled by her family.
Yeah.
But somebody found the dog wandering around the marketplace.
Yeah, on Monday.
Yeah.
So. And then I guess Brooke went out last night to go get the dog, or this morning?
To the best of my knowledge, my friend Adam went. Because
Oh.
I went out with Brooke in the afternoon as soon as I got off work to do whatever I could.
Right.
We came back to her house kind of late, and then Adam came to get me, and me and Adam went out again.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we got back, it was about 12 o'clock last night. We finally got back to their house in Haiku. And then we got a call about the dog, or we got the call about the dog on the way back.
Mm-hmm.
So we went back to Haiku to drop off the two dogs we had with us. And I had been up since 5:30 in the morning, so I just had to go to bed.
Yeah.
I stayed behind, and Adam and Fiona, Charlie's little sister,
Okay, that's
Went
the
to-
other sister then.
went to get the dog.
How many sisters does she have?
5 or something.
5.
Yeah.
Five.
Yeah.
I just phoned her.
And she's got 3 here and 2 in Oregon.
Okay. Alright.
Brooke, Fiona, and Phaedra are the ones here, and Sydney and Shay are in Oregon.
Alright.
Family full of girls, make sure. You're feeling us sometimes.
Okay. You have any other questions?
No. Well, I had, but the dog was in the car when she picked you up.
Yes. Nala was in the car when she picked me up, and Nala never got out of the car.
Was there any problems with the car as far as handling any mechanical issues that you know of?
Not that I know of. We use the same mechanic, Ed Fitera, and he's a great mechanic. And I'm pretty sure he had her car running the best it could be at the time.
Okay. Does Charlie have any tattoos or anything like that?
Yeah, actually. Let me stand with her for a second. She's got a
Yeah.
big tattoo on her thigh right about here.
On her right thigh?
Yeah, pretty sure it's on the right. It's always covered by clothes, so
Mhm.
it's hard for me to say with absolute certainty.
Do you know the
I think
design?
it was on the side. Yeah, it's a fucking unicorn with a pink background. She's big into unicorns.
Mm.
Typical girl.
Okay.
She also had a little sword tattoo behind her ear up here. Like right behind her ear. You couldn't really see it unless you got behind her.
Okay. Behind her left ear?
Yeah.
A sword, what kind of sword?
It's from some cartoon movie from forever ago or something. It's not like... I could draw it real quick if you wanted me to. It doesn't look like a normal standard sword tattoo.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. That was a... something like... a little more detail, obviously,
Yeah.
but it was something like that, kind of abstract. But it was from a movie called Heavy Metal.
Oh, heavy metal one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's the same tattoo that some woman in that cartoon had behind her ear or something. So-
Right. Okay. Okay. Anything else? Any deformities? Any,
She had a tongue ring.
tongue ring? Not a ball, it was a ring.
That was a, what do they call that? A stud. It was a ball.
What? I don't know what color that was. Silver, gold.
She had a bunch of different ones. I don't remember which one she had in that lane.
Any piercing?
No external piercings. Oh, actually, she had her nipples pierced. It's kind of a weird one, sorry. Those were just silver studs, or the standard silver bar.
Okay.
Call from 808-667-3200.
I'll call you back. Hello? Okay, let me call you back on the interview right now. Okay, call me back and just leave a voicemail.
She ever talked about anyone harassing her?
Kind of. There was this dude at her house that she told me a couple stories about. Like, on Thanksgiving, he just kind of showed up at her door, said he lived on the property, and like, I need a ride to the store, basically strong-armed her into it. Then it happened again on Christmas, but she turned him down on Christmas. And then one day recently, she like caught him in her personal shower or something. Her living setup was kind of weird. She's got like one little shack that she lives in, like her kitchen and bedroom, and then like, you gotta go outside, and there's another shack that's like the bathroom and.
So you gotta walk past the bathroom to get to her.
Yeah, and when she walked outside one day, she said like her shower was running. She went out there, it was that guy, and she never said so much about harassing her, but I didn't like the feeling I got when she told me those stories.
Did he ever try to rope her or anything like that?
Not that she told me. She did tell me that when she talked to other people on the property, they said that he wasn't supposed to be there.
Do you know the name?
I do not know the name.
Did she describe him as far as what he looks like?
Scrubby looking, Holly did.
Holy good.
Yeah. The mom had a bunch of information on this, more so than I do.
Yeah, she didn't have a name or anything.
Yeah, we don't have a name. Somebody said it was the landlord's cousin for that house.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really confirm that. But when somebody asked the landlord, he straight up was like, I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah, that's what he said to us.
So I mean that's the only person that I've heard of that gave her any sort of grief of any
But
kind.
he wasn't out there, or you didn't follow you guys, or he didn't just pop up.
No, I didn't see any other cars on the road for the vast majority of the time we were out there. Saw maybe one, like, what are those guys driving out? Those tourist trap cars.
The convertibles or something?
Yeah, like the Mustang convertible
Oh.
or something. Yeah, it was a standard tourist car. I just kind of blanked it out.
Yeah.
We passed a couple of those, maybe a Jeep or two.
Okay.
But
But not that guy.
Not that guy, no. I don't even think he has a car.
All right.
Think he's homeless?
Maybe. I don't know enough about him, to be honest.
You've never met him.
Never met him. I've only been to her house twice. Once was the night I got her pregnant, and another time was to pick her up from her house so we could talk.
How long has she been living there?
Maybe close to a year now.
A year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Her family would know better than I would.
I have to ask you this question, Ted. Did you do anything to hurt Charlie?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Do you know, or did you have anybody else hurt Charlie for you?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Would you hurt Charlie?
Never.
Okay. All right.
I never bring any harm to my own child either.
Okay. No, I have to ask these questions and stuff.
It's understandable, and actually I was going to bring it up because I realized, as the guy who got her pregnant and one of her ex-boyfriends, I'm probably a prime suspect.
So, you have any more questions? And I didn't ask.
No. She didn't mention anybody else, right?
No, I mean, nobody else in the sense that I got a bad vibe about. Everybody else she talked about was a family member of some kind, or...
Let me ask you this. We got her phone records and stuff, and it looks like she likes to use her smartphone on the internet a lot.
Yeah.
Does she have any social media contacts or anything like that? Any friends, any websites that she goes? I understand, you on and off and stuff. Did she find somebody else? Did she meet somebody else?
I couldn't tell you. I know she has a smartphone. I know she has a Facebook page. I know she's got access to social media, but I never asked about that kind of stuff. If she had another boyfriend, it'd be great for her. I didn't really care. I really doubt it, because I think I would have heard about it. It's an island.
Right.
You hear about that kind of stuff.
And it seems like you guys' friends are all interconnected.
Yeah, we have all the same friends, so I definitely would have heard about another boyfriend, being with her somewhere, but I never did.
Okay. All right.
You have access to her Facebook?
Does she have a Facebook account?
I don't have direct access to it. Yes, she has one. Her family might.
Okay.
And the rush to get down here this morning, I actually forgot my smartphone, so
Okay.
I couldn't pull it up for you right now, sorry.
And if I needed to look at your phone and stuff, would you be willing to?
Absolutely.
Okay. Because basically I would be just interested in all your texts and anything that you said, communications between the two of you guys.
Yeah.
So. Okay. I don't have any more. You have any more? Okay.
About going through my texts, I actually delete my texts pretty regularly just to keep my phone running fast.
Right.
So the whole conversation isn't in there. Just the one text I sent her the next morning saying thanks for your help.
Okay.
But I will totally sign off on giving you access to the phone records if that helps out.
Okay. All right. Before I close, is there anything about this case that you're not telling me or that I didn't ask that I should know about?
I think so. Got the story about us going out there. I think he got everything. I'm new to this. This is the first time this has happened with me, so I really don't know. But I think I've given you everything I can right now. You guys do have my phone number. You can call me if there's any more questions. I will be down here at a moment's notice if you need me.
Out in Hana?
Huh?
Like she goes out to Hana off and on?
I don't know if she does it a lot. I know some of us do. Like I drive to Hana just, like I was telling him, to listen to my sound
She
system.
will speak of any particular falls or pools that she loved?
Not that I never recall.
So you don't know any areas that, other than Makwa or Waipoli, that you would hang out at?
Other than with our friends at their own houses, no.
Okay. Has she ever done this before? Just up and disappeared and not tell anybody?
Not to my knowledge, but I've only known her for, what did I say, like 3 or 4 years now, so.
Okay.
It's really hard for me to say. I have family will go back, so that won't matter.
Alright. Before
Has she been here?
On the island?
Yeah.
I don't know. Not that long.
where's she originally from?
California. Woodland, California.
Okay.
She's got a dad in Washington, I think.
Uh-huh. Okay. How's the relationship with her stepdad?
Last I heard, not so good actually. She was living in that house with the stepdad and the mom for a little while, and then there was some sort of falling out. I never got the details, but I do know it has something to do with an argument between her and Johnny. And I know Johnny can be an angry person, but I don't think he would do anything. Like, he'll scream and yell, but then he'll just storm off to his room and slam his door. And that's the end of it. And then,
Wouldn't hit anybody.
no, I've never seen him strike anybody. I've never seen him even motion at it. Never seen him raise his hand in anger.
Verbal?
Just, yeah, strictly verbal. He gets really loud and he likes to slam doors and make annoying points. But I couldn't imagine he would hurt her in any way, shape, or form.
Before we close, do you have any questions or comments you'd like to add?
Just that I'm willing to help in any way possible, so please let me know what I can do.
Okay. Is this statement that you offered today a true and accurate account of what happened?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for your cooperation, Stephen. This is Detective Lou. We're going to end the interview. Time right now is 8:57 a.m. on February 12th.
Your Honor, this sent you the state clerk the transcripts.
Yes.
Okay.
He'll be able to assist with
Thank you, Your Honor.
that. You may continue with your
Thank you.
examination of the witness.
Now, Sergeant Liu, do you recall during the course of the interview, Charlie Scott's dog Nala came up in discussion?
Yes, sir.
Were you aware prior to speaking or having this interview with the defendant that Charlie Scott had a dog, Nala?
Yes, sir.
When were you made aware of the subject of Nala?
I believe it was during the initial investigation.
Okay. And again, during this interview, there's a discussion between you and the defendant that Nala had been found in Nahiku on Monday morning. Do you recall that?
Yes, sir.
Were you aware before you spoke with the defendant that Nala had been found in Nahiku, or were you made aware of that?
Object as to lien?
The objection is okay.
You can answer the question.
Yes, sir, I was.
And can you tell us how is it that you were made aware of that?
The commander in Hana called me up that morning to let me know that.
Objection hearsay?
The objection is sustained.
So the commander in Hana called you that morning.
Yes, sir.
Okay, was this before the interview with the defendant?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, do you recall asking the defendant and I want to make sure I get this correct. Okay. I have to ask you this question. Did you do anything to hurt Charlie? Do you recall asking him that?
Yes, sir.
And is there a reason why you asked him that?
Just to see what his response is, how his reaction would be.
And could you describe his, if you got a reaction or a response from him that you observed?
How would you best describe it? It was not one of those.
I'll object as to relevance, lack of foundation, and 403.
You know, this is an observation as to the defendant's person when that question is being asked.
I will overrule the objection provided it involves visual observation only.
Absolutely. Could you describe your visual observation of the defendant when you asked him that question?
When I asked him that question, it wasn't a response like, hell no, I didn't do it. I had nothing to do with it. No.
So I'm actually going to object, move to strike. It just repeats.
The objection is sustaining, the motion struck is right.
Thank you.
Now, Sergeant, you said you did observe the defendant arrive at the station in a lifted Toyota 4Runner, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to show you some photographs. It's already in evidence.
35, 36, 35, blue.
30.
The first three are the ones in 35, 36, 37.
Okay. Can I get exhibits 35, 36, and 37?
And 38.
Answer. I think it's 35, 36, and 38.
Right, that's good.
There's no further.
That's right. Yeah, okay.
Thank you. Dinner may approach.
You may do so.
Okay, Sergeant Blue, I'm going to show you what has already been entered into evidence as states exhibits 35, 36, and 38. And in addition to that, show you what has been marked for identification as states exhibit 37. Please take a look at all four of those exhibits. It's 37.
37 is just another view of the car.
Okay.
It's the back. Engine sets. Engine sets, release.
Okay, do you recognize those photographs?
Yes, sir.
Do they, exhibits 35, 36, and 38, do they accurately depict the vehicle that the defendant arrived in?
Objection leading.
Judge's
The objection.
It's not foundational, it's the conclusion. He's asking for the conclusion. I mean,
Because she's authenticating the photograph. Does it accurately depict the vehicle that came?
they've already been authenticated, they're in evidence.
Not by this witness, Your Honor.
The objection is overruled.
If you can answer that question, please. Do they accurately depict the vehicle that the defendant arrived in?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And State's Exhibit 37, which is remarked for identification, does that actually depict that vehicle as well?
Yes, sir.
Here at this time, the state would move into evidence State's Exhibit 37.
No objection from defense.
State's exhibit number 37, marked for identification purposes, is received in evidence.
Thank you. Your Honor, State was asked to publish State's Exhibit 37 since the jury's already seen the other three exhibits.
Permission to publish.
Thank you.
granted.
Do you want context of 35, 36?
No, just go for this.
37,
Okay, now you can see the monitor facing the court, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is a photograph of Exhibit 37. Is this the rear portion of the vehicle?
Yes, sir.
Now, do you recall in the interview that was just played before the jury and the one you heard, the defendant mentioned something about his battery cable with respect to that vehicle?
Yes, sir.
At some point during that morning, did you, well, first of all, were you present when these photographs were taken?
Yes, sir.
The one that's showing right now, as well as exhibits 35, 36, and 38.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Who took these photographs?
Our evidence tech, Vince Suki.
Okay. And you were there at the time?
Yes, sir.
Did you folks take photographs as well? Take photographs of the engine as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to be showing you what is marked for identification as exhibits 39, 40, and 41. Can I may approach again?
You may use
Thank you. Okay, we're going to take a look at exhibits 39, 40, and 41, which has been marked for identification. Oh, no, not yet. Okay, do you recognize, let's start with State's Exhibit 39, which has been marked for identification. Do you recognize that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and what is that a photograph of?
That is depicting the interior of the vehicle from the driver's side.
Is that an accurate depiction of the driver's side portion of the Toyota 4Runner that I guess that you had observed that morning?
Yes, sir.
And can you turn to the next exhibit, 40?
Your Honor, for what it's worth, the defense would be willing to stipulate into evidence 38, 39, 40, and 41.
That's fine, Judge.
So you're moving those three?
Yes, I would be moving that into evidence, correct.
And there's no objection to the court receiving those. So at this time, the court will receive in evidence State's Exhibits 39, 40, and 41 marked for identification purposes.
And your permission to publish?
Permission to publish granted.
Okay, now Sergeant Liu, I'm going to first publish State's Exhibit 39, which is now entered into evidence. Can you step down to the side, and there's a pointer that's leaning against the wall, right behind you. Can you just describe what we're looking at here in Exhibit 39?
Basically, this is an exterior view standing from the driver's side door looking into the driver compartment and the passenger compartment of the vehicle.
And turning to State's Exhibit 40. What is that a photograph of?
This is the frontal view looking into the engine compartment of the same vehicle.
And Exhibit 41. And what are we looking at there?
This is the battery that was inside of the vehicle at the time we inspected the vehicle.
Okay, and why did you take a close-up, or why did you have a close-up picture of the battery taken?
Because during our interview, Mr. Capobianco stated that he had battery problems, and that's one of the reasons why his vehicle stalled.
Now, looking at that photograph, well, first of all, are you familiar with I guess, the car batteries, and with the connections, the wire connections to a battery?
Yes, sir.
And how's that you're familiar with that?
I have basic general mechanical knowledge.
Is that, oh, what is that basic, or where does that basic mechanical knowledge come from?
Just working on cars with friends, families, other people.
And have you handled batteries before, car batteries before?
Yes, sir.
Have you installed car batteries before?
Yes, sir.
Have you hooked up cables to car batteries before?
Yes, sir, I have.
Okay. When I say cables, I mean the wiring within the vehicle, not jumper cables.
Yes, sir.
Now, looking at this picture, at the top left-hand corner, or right below the top left-hand corner of the picture, you see there's like a wire that's not connected there?
Yes, sir, this wire right here.
Okay, and you're indicating to a black wire that's at just below the top left-hand corner of the cable?
Yes, sir. The blackish greenish.
Blackish greenish wire, correct. Are you able to, do you know what that wire would have been from?
I cannot tell you
Objection, lack of
exact.
foundation?
The objection system.
Do you know the difference between a ground wire or an auxiliary wire and a live wire within a car's engine?
Yes, sir.
And what are the differences between them?
Well, if you're talking about the positive terminal that hooks up to the battery that goes to the starter,
Right.
so when you turn on the ignition and stuff, it powers the starter to start your vehicle. The ground wire is basically just what it is a ground wire that goes to the chassis, so it grounds the vehicle from shorting out.
Okay. And the red wire that you see in the left hand, I guess near the left hand corner of the photograph, what type of wire is that?
This would be the
Objection,
positive.
lack of foundation?
The objection system.
Have you, do you have any familiarity with red wires that are connected to batteries, car batteries?
Yes, sir.
And what is that based on?
Based on general knowledge of working on vehicles.
Okay, I'm going to stop there because we do have other witnesses. You can go ahead and take a seat. Now, Sergeant Liu, when you conducted this first interview with the defendant, what, if anything, did you notice about his hands?
I noticed on the back of his hands, there were burn marks.
And I'm going to...
Objection, lack of foundation?
The objection system.
Move to strike the answer.
Okay, without giving us a conclusion as to what you concluded or what you thought the marks were, what did you notice to the back of the defendant's hands?
2 injuries.
I'm going to show you some photographs which is already in evidence. Which ones are those?
Yes, okay.
We have exhibits 27, 28. And then 31. There's like 31 is in evidence. And so is, I just need the hand. You already approached.
You may do so.
Well, since these are in evidence, Your Honor, may I publish, beginning with Exhibit 27?
Yes.
Okay. Can you step out and approach your monitor using the pointer? Okay, Exhibit 27 is a photograph that's already in evidence. You mentioned that you had observed marks to the back of the defendant's hands during the first interview. Can you kind of step on the side so they can see it in the corner?
Sorry.
And can you just indicate with the pointer the marks that you observed?
On his right hand, this injury, and then on his
left hand, this injury over here.
And showing you exhibit 28. Okay, what are we looking at there?
This is a close-up of the injury on his right hand.
Okay, and exhibit 31.
And this will be another close-up of the injury on his left hand.
Now, Sergeant Liu, during the first interview, did you ask the defendant about those injuries?
No, sir.
Which one?
No, I'm just thinking. Jeremy, may we approach the counsel? Yeah, this is the off the record.
Any objection?
No, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm informed that this would be an appropriate time to take a recess. So we will take our lunch recess at this time, and we will reconvene with you at 1:30. I'll ask that you keep in mind my cautionary instructions that remain in effect. Thank you very much.